I think it's pretty clear that you can now produce full-on, high-definition videos on a mobile phone. Really hard though to do some editing, but kids, you know, they've got waves, little fingers and so on. So I'm going to show you a video that some kids, I'm not sure where they were, produced on an iPad in their primary school, filmed it on the iPad, edited it on the iPad, done their audio transitions on the iPad, and it came out really, really well.
Show me how. Spread it on the top of my enchilada. Hoping that we don't run out. Don't run out. If we do, I'll shove it on this my enchilada. Never gonna stop. Eat it up. Such a tasty snack. I don't want you too much. Then go up. Go to me back to my. Woo! My enchilada. My enchilada.
I think you'll appreciate it that it has the potential to do that, and they can produce some pretty amazing things. I thought it was too good. I was only going to show the first verse, but I think it's fantastic. And they're obviously a primary school group of kids, and they did it all on, I think they only had one device in their school, and they were able to film, edit. Imagine the engagement of the whole class producing that video. And it's possible because of the things and the way technology has changed. 10 years ago, could we have done that? Definitely not. We would have been able to film it and produce something, but we would have lost it in the fact that we had to go film it and go into the studio and had to copy the footage across. It's now really, really seamless. GPS is something that a lot of mobile devices have, and I want to share with you something that I'm starting to get a little bit interested in, and the students really love, especially the primary school. We used to be a primary school and a secondary school. We've merged. We're not allowed to say the word primary school because we've got to try and create this culture of us all being together. So I'll rephrase it. The school, the junior campus, are using GPS at the moment in a really cool way. Who's heard of geocaching before? Yeah? A few people. I'm going to show you a quick video that shows you what geocaching is and how you can try to start to think about how schools are using them.
Geocaching is a high-tech treasure hunting game played throughout the world by adventure seekers equipped with GPS devices. The basic idea is to go outside and locate hidden containers called geocaches using a GPS-enabled device. The GPS coordinates of geocaches are listed on geocaching.com. All you need to do is plug these coordinates into your GPS device and head outside to find the cache. Geocaching is a great way to explore locations near and far. With over 1 million geocaches hidden worldwide, there are geocaches for every type of adventurer to find. The journey in discovering a geocache is often the greatest reward. Your GPS device will help you navigate close to the cache, but once you are close, you'll have to discover the geocache on your own. Geocaches can be very cleverly hidden. When you find a cache, sign the logbook. If you take something from the cache, leave something of equal or greater value in its place so that there's something there for the next geocachers to find. When you're done, please remember to re-hide the cache exactly as you found it. When you return from your geocaching adventure, visit geocaching.com to log your find and share your experiences with the community. Anyone can use coordinates found at geocaching.com to locate geocaches. All you need to get started is a free basic membership at geocaching.com and a GPS device, or a GPS-enabled mobile phone. Ready to give it a try? Visit the membership page to create your geocaching.com membership, or the Getting Started page for information on buying a GPS device, choosing a geocache that's right for you, and more helpful tips.
Okay, it sounded like I was getting some money for selling geocaching as an idea, but it's a really fantastic tool to use in the classroom. Those kids I showed you before, the Fantastic Four, we did geocaching with them, and the whole purpose of it was to build numeracy about, they had no idea about north, south, east and west, so that was the focus, where is north and where's south, and there was the whole learning that went around degrees and ratios and all those sorts of things when it comes to solving these. They're available on iPhone, Android, all the types of mobile devices, but we don't use those when we do geocaching at school. We have this really old handheld GPS that the outdoor ed department uses, not much at all, but we use it for geocaching, and we put in our coordinates that we get off the internet, and strangely enough, in Port, there's only 1,000 people, but we have about 9 geocaches, and they're not from people who are in Port. So people dedicate their lives, pretty much, to going out and placing these geocaches in towns for people to find. The first one I ever found, I saw a snake that particular day. It was a horrifying experience. I was looking around for the geocache and there was a snake underneath, or in the spot where the actual cache was. So I don't think, that turned me off a little bit, but there's some really cool things happening with the primary school. At the moment, they are doing, I said primary school again, the junior campus, they are doing a journey around the town, showing the town history. So there's caches at each major spot, like a statue in the town and so on, that have a bit of history. So they're linking in this mathematical stuff with history and storytelling and all that sort of stuff. Really, really cool. This is something that my Year 7 geography class did. When you go to a small school, you get put into all sorts of subjects, and I ended up with geography. These are geocaching as well. This is a travel bug, and you buy them on the geocaching website, and you can attach whatever you want to it. And we drew some monsters and laminated them, and I got in touch with some people online and said, can you go and hide this in Canada or in the US or in the UK? So we sent 4 of these to different spots around the world, and they hid the cache for us. They logged it, and now throughout that time in Year 7, we got to watch where it moved between. Because the idea with these is when you find it, you take it and you put it in a different cache. So every time it moved, we talked about how far it moved, we talked about where that was and what continent that's in and all that sort of stuff. And the kids loved it, especially seeing pictures of their little monsters in different places around the world, and we got to learn about those places as they happen. So once you've set it up and you send it to someone, there's literally thousands of people, 500,000 people who do geocaching in the world. We send an email to people on the geocaching website, the top caches, and said, would you be happy to hide these for us? And we didn't really have to do anything after that, but to watch where it went. And you get like a printout on a global, like a Google Earth that shows you where they've been and all they've gone. So one of our caches has done something like 3,000 miles, I think, travelled across the United States. One of them has been lost, which was sad, because I was hoping to get them back when they finish Year 12, so they can see the story and eventually get a hold of them. But they're amazing. I did have a picture of one of them at the Grand Canyon, but I couldn't find it. That was really cool when the kids could see someone holding their geocache at the Grand Canyon. Really, really awesome, and something that a lot of students get getting value out of. SMS, I'll quickly go over this, is a tool that is used by staff at our school.